As spring cleaning begins, the city is looking to spruce up one of its most treasured landmarks with a brand new coat of paint.
Cleveland drivers are on the lookout. Police say over half a dozen vehicles have had their car windows smashed with rocks like this one as they were driving down the road. A Lee University student was walking to a friend's apartment on campus. He felt cold metal in his back and he heard a click. At that moment, he knew he was being robbed at gunpoint.
Chattanooga police are still on the lookout for two suspects of an armed robbery that happened here on UTC's campus last night. It has been nearly a year to the day that a truck crashed into this portion of the gate at the National Cemetery. The caution tape still hangs here faded, and a loved one of someone who lies here says this has simply taken too long.
Police say it was Kelly Pittman's negligence that led to her 3-year-old son shooting himself in the head with a pistol. Her neighbor says Kelly's a good mother, and it was simply a tragic accident. Downtown Cleveland has always had its own historic charm. 5 Point Cafe is bringing its own sweet treats to this historic location.
Police say to keep your valuables safe and lock your doors. For any information on the suspects, call Chattanooga Police. Reporting from UTC, Kaley Schwab, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Cleveland drivers are on the lookout. Police say over half a dozen vehicles have had their car windows smashed with a rock like this one as they're driving down the road.
Bradley Clark found this rock the morning after it shattered through his back windshield.
The rock was in front of the driver's seat in the floorboard. So if somebody tall threw it, it'd go straight down. So I don't know if they threw it sideways or somebody short threw it or what. I really, but somehow or another it got in front of my driver's seat in the floorboard.
Clark is one of the 40 targeted by vandals in the Cleveland area.
Well, there's something wrong with people. What are they doing? They're not stealing anything, they're just vandalism.
Police say they responded to a call around 6 Saturday morning. After the first call, the calls kept coming.
There's no telling who it is. I mean, adults or children, hopefully we'll get to the bottom of this and we'll get them charged.
Clark says this isn't the first time his community has been targets.
You're at their mercy because they can come any night or any time. And so you don't stand a chance.
Cleveland police say they will be keeping a close watch on the area and encourage neighbors to also keep an eye out for anything out of the ordinary.
You don't know when they're coming. You don't know if they're going to hit your area. So it's not really fair for people to have to guard their homes.
As police sweep the streets, neighbors wait on any leads that will catch those who shattered the peace in their quiet community.
I hope they catch somebody. Some of these people need to get a job. Get a life.
No, ma'am, we really didn't discuss it. We just did what we thought was the right thing to do.
A flag hanging from a porch waves proudly on a quiet street in Saudi Daisy, thanks to the officers who took the time to lend a helping hand.
We understand the homeowner probably had no idea, but we knew that the right thing was to get the flag off the ground.
They were on a patrol when the call came in. Someone in the community had seen a flag lying on the ground. The beam of the porch that displayed the stars and stripes had fallen. So they used some quick thinking.
We have wire ties that we use for makeshift handcuffs sometimes when we run short of handcuffs on big incidences. I'm very proud of what it stands for. Dustin, in fact, is a veteran. We couldn't leave it on the ground.
Officer Dustin Stewart spent 3 years in the Army serving his country. And before him, his brother-in-law also served.
My brother-in-law, he actually paid the ultimate sacrifice in 2003.
Stewart says his is a military family, and they know all too well the sacrifices behind the symbol. Officer Stewart is proud to serve his community, no matter what uniform he wears.
There was no doubt. We knew what to do, and that was to get the flag off the ground. I love this community because of the support we get and the support that they show America. I really do love it.
It wasn't the first time the robber of the Kangaroo convenience store walked through its doors. But when he walked out, it wouldn't be his last. Walker County Sheriff Steve Wilson says the robber isn't a stranger to the area.
Most likely he had been in that store many, many times.
Police believe the robber may have hit the Lafayette Pizza Hut, where Tyler Morris says he walked straight into a crime.
I was coming back from a delivery, and I was pulled up. I heard all the girls in commotion in the corner. I asked them what was going on. They said, I think we're getting robbed.
Morris says the cashier was threatened with a knife before the robber walked out with cash in hand.
8-inch long butcher's knife.
Tyler Morris says the robber was wearing a dark hoodie with a cloth shielding his face. After the crime, he rushed to call police. The robber got away.
He hauled out like a bat out of hell.
Police say they brought in Herman Team, who they believe was involved in the Pizza Hut robbery. They soon realized both crimes were strikingly similar.
These fit the physical description and characteristics of the perpetrator that we had arrested.
When police picked up Team, what stood out the most was his voice.
We realized from listening to him speak and then comparing it with what we had heard from the security video that it sounded like the same guy.
Police are still investigating a string of robberies, but believe Team could be the man responsible.
We feel that there's a high probability that there may be a connection there.